Hi, I'm Tim the Milkman, and you're watching
Hot Rod Madness.
Hey, it's the Milkman. Welcome back to the Ingalls Cruise In here on Fairburn Road. The hot rods are piling in here, like I promised people. We're getting more and more in here every time out. If you can see this, it's growing. Hey man, this is Tim the Milkman. I'm back with another beautiful day here at our Cruise In. Check this guy out. Hey man, what's your name?
My name is Willie Chappelle. It's nice meeting you, man.
Willie?
Yeah.
I saw you cruise up in this Ford pickup truck, man. That thing is awesome, dude.
Well, you like it?
I love the colors on this thing, man. The turquoise blue and white, is that what you would call it, turquoise?
Turquoise,
that's
exactly
awesome.
right.
You build this truck yourself?
I did. Yeah, I did. Yeah.
That's what you were telling me. I met this guy at the tire store one day. We got to talking about old classic vehicles, and he told me he had one. So I said, hey man, you got to bring it up there. He told me the story on this thing, so you got to come show it to us.
Right, I've had this for over 7 years.
Yeah.
And just working at it a little bit at the time.
Yeah.
And just seeing a dream unfold.
That's cool.
So what you see today is part of it. It's not finished by any means yet, but it's well on the way.
Oh man, you never get done with them. I mean, that's the beauty about having one. You got a hobby.
Well, I hate you told me that. I was looking for today that I can say, look,
really?
Tell my wife at least we
you
can
think
stop.
You're gonna finish this?
Tell my wife. I said, honey, we can stop fighting. I got it done.
Now listen to this, people. All right, you see a Ford pickup sitting here. This is kind of a rare pickup truck. This is not just your average Ford pickup. Come here, Dollar Bill. Get a shot of this. If you'll focus in on the back of this cab, people, that's not a regular type pickup truck. What do you call this, Willie?
A unibody.
Unibody. What year is it?
That's a 61. That's the first year they made it.
Gotcha.
But they made it for 3 years, 61, 62, and 63.
I understand. This that's the rarity of this vehicle. That's one piece. The cab does not separate, correct?
That is correct. It's all one piece, right?
Yeah. Gotcha. What kind of motor you got in this thing, man?
It's the 302. It's the 50. It's got just a little bit of sugar in it, just so it'll run like a Ford ought to run.
Oh,
you know?
Gotcha. Oh, yeah. He's sporting some chrome valve covers on this thing. Got it all polished up. Man, that's clean. Yeah. Yeah, I'm looking at the manifolds there. All that's factory, right?
No, not quite.
Not quite?
Right. Well, there's nothing on there.
Well, I'm looking at the size of the tubes. Those are small tube headers or something on there.
It's a small block. That 302, it had a small, that's what they call a shorty header.
Yeah.
And, of course, the addition, of course, is that size engine and, power disc brakes and all that on it, and that just makes it stop a little bit better and make it handle just a little bit better.
Gotcha.
Right.
Yeah, I see you wired in the proportion valve for your brakes and all that.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah,
right.
that helps a lot, don't it?
It does.
Got a brake booster on there.
It
That's
really
nice.
does, right.
It stops really well that way.
It stops very well.
That's good.
But everything in it has been redone. There's not a bolt left in the truck anywhere.
Really?
That hadn't been taken apart.
Been all through
and redone.
Gotcha.
Yeah. As you can see, and these are unique. These bolts are very unique. I wanted to toss them when I was taking the thing apart, but I'm glad I didn't, because all the bolts have copper washers on them.
Really?
Copper.
Okay, that's the way it came, huh?
That's the way it came. That's the way it
All
came.
right.
If you look all around, it's copper washers.
Gotcha.
And so we just kept everything.
Yeah, okay.
And
I see some kind of air horn on this thing. What does that sound like? Hit the button, man. Come on.
Well, it's really not hooked up.
Oh,
just
okay.
yet.
All right.
But that's just kind of for show for right now. But they are workable. You know.
Maybe next time you'll have that going.
Right.
Where we can hear that.
Have that done. Right.
All right.
That's right.
Cool.
I want to get the air condition done and get just a few things finalized on it to where I can really enjoy it.
Yeah, you got plans of putting AC on it.
Oh yes. Oh yes.
I hear you.
Right.
Man, out here in this humid air, man, you need AC in your hot rod.
Definitely. Yeah, if you had a bicycle in Georgia at this time of the year, you need air on it.
Oh man, you got that right.
That's exactly right.
All right, Willie, is this the only one you got?
This is the second truck I've done.
Okay.
I did a 1963 Ford, and it was all right, but I wanted to do a unibody.
Gotcha.
This was the other one that I did was just a standard pickup.
Okay. Well, while we're on the subject of Fords, you were asking if we could find you a Mustang body.
That's exactly right. I would like to put together a 67 Mustang.
Okay, so you got everything to build the Mustang with. You need a good body.
I need a good body.
All right, you hear that, people? A 67 Mustang body is what the man's looking for now.
Exactly.
Does it matter if it's fastback or?
No, I would love it if it was fastback, even better.
Gotcha.
Right.
Okay. All right. You hear it?
And if it was a convertible, I'll just simply go berserk.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Right.
I understand.
But a 67 body, I'd love it.
Gotcha.
Right.
Well, all right. Well, with our viewers out there listening and watching, maybe they have one laying around, and we'll come up with one.
Well, I tell you what, if you do, just let me know, and we'll see can we get it to look like the F1.
Okay, we'll trade some information afterwards, and we'll see what we can do with that then.
Well, I appreciate it. And that's the fun of really working with these old jobs.
Why, sure.
You know, you get the cooperation from others that are interested in it.
Hey, that's what Hot Rod Madness is all about,
and
sir.
you can really put something together, so I appreciate that.
We want to work with everybody.
Right.
And hey, man, when you come together and work with a project such as this or that or whatever, it just makes it better.
It is, and it's fun, and it's all about fun for us.
It's all about fun, man.
That's exactly right.
All right.
So I appreciate what you're doing.
I appreciate you, Willie.
All right.
Thanks for coming out, sir.
Sure thing.
All right. All right, man. Tooling right along. More hot rods are piling in here, people. And every now and then we come up on rare stuff, as you know. And I'm familiar with the short version of the AMX cars. And then I see this thing pull in. It's a Javelin, but yet... Well, let's see if we can get this cleared up. Here's the owner. Hey, man, what's your name?
I'm Mike.
Hey, Mike. Thanks for bringing out this car, buddy.
Sure.
This is, to me, this is kind of a rare car here. What year is this?
68.
A 68. And it's got Javelin badges around it, but it don't have the traditional look to it like the Javelins that I know. What's different about it?
Well, this was the first year.
Okay. Gotcha.
So it's they said it kept this body style for 2 years.
Okay.
And then the 70 was a little different, and then 71 was a complete different.
Gotcha. Okay. That's the difference that I'm probably thinking of. Is this is a cool looking body style here. I mean, it's a little bit more aerodynamic maybe, or shorter version of what you call a Javelin now. You know, it's just kind of different to me. That's a cool looking car because you know the AMX cars were shorter.
Right.
And basically a factory hot rod.
Right.
What kind of motor you got in this thing?
It's a 390 tall deck.
Okay.
So
4-speed transmission?
4-speed transmission.
That's all original stuff?
Oh no, nothing's original.
Nothing's original.
Twin grip rear end.
Okay. So twin grip meaning?
Positive traction.
Yeah, gotcha. So this baby will burn some rubber.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
oh yeah.
Almost
Nice.
a factory race car.
Yeah. Dude, this thing will get it, won't it?
Yeah.
Woohoo!
Bobby Allison drove a car just like this
Mm-hmm.
in '68, and Roger Penske was the owner.
Okay. American Motor Company.
Yeah. It was red, white, and blue car.
Oh yeah, I remember.
And
Gotcha.
Roger Penske was old then.
Wow. Yeah, you're right. Amazing. Man, that's cool. How long have you had this thing?
I got it the Rod Run in March.
Oh, really? Okay, this past spring or whatever.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, matter of fact, Hot Rod Madness will be going up there in September, and we'll be airing the Rod Run this go around.
Well, this baby will be up there
Cool.
for sale or trade.
Good. We'll probably see you up there then. We'll be looking for you.
All right.
Man, this is to me, these are unique cars. I like them.
I'm usually around Howard Johnson. That's where I've got it.
Okay.
And I've had fun with it this summer.
Yeah.
Had no problems with it. I'll carry it back up there and let somebody else have some fun with it.
Okay, you hear it, people. This thing is up for trade or for sale, whatever.
Next month.
Next month. Okay, you can keep it one more month.
Keep it one more month.
Play with it. Hey, you can't be blowing it up now between that.
I hope not.
All right. Got you. All right, man. Well, I appreciate you bringing it out and showing it to us.
Yeah,
hey, man, we was checking out your ride here, buddy.
Okay.
Tell me a little bit about this car. I've heard the story before, and it just amazes me at how long this thing has been built. When did you start on this car?
Well, I started on this car in 19. I started on it in 1980, about 1977.
77?
77.
Okay, what was happening that year? Elvis died. Cecil built a '57 Chevy.
It's been totally off frame.
Yeah.
The frame it's got a 75 Camaro front end under it.
Okay.
It's got a 9-inch Ford rear end under it.
Mm-hmm.
It's got 21.5 by 33-inch tires on it. It's a 454 30 over.
Wow. Okay.
Cam, timing gears, and all that kind of stuff.
All right.
It's a 4-speed car. It's got swivel bucket seats out of a '73 Monte Carlo.
Yeah, those seats are cool, man.
It keeps the original back seat, which
Yeah.
is unheard of for a Pro Street car.
Yeah, because that thing's tubbed out and the big old fat tires and the back seat's in it.
And the back seat's in it.
Okay, how'd you manage that?
Well, it was took a little bit of putting it together.
I guess.
A little bit of trial and error and
Usually
things like that.
Usually it's nothing but sheet metal back there and a couple of big old fat fender tubs.
That's usually all that's back there on it.
Yeah.
Is that. But I needed the back seat for the rest of the War Department and all their little generals.
Gotcha. Yep.
And so
you're a family man, so you're able to fit the family in this hot rod and go cruising around. I saw you pull up with them, man. That's awesome.
Whenever I started it, my wife and I adopted a son after that, a cardiac patient.
Okay.
And so all of that's built into it.
Mm-hmm.
And
that's Jeremy, right?
That's Jeremy.
Yeah, he man, I see him cruising around in that thing with you all the time. That's cool.
Oh yeah.
He loves it, don't he?
He loves it.
Oh yeah.
And it's like I say, there's about 3 foot, maybe 3.5 foot left of the original frame.
Wow.
And that's all that's left, other than and the body. Basically trying to keep the body just as stock as I possibly could.
The '57 is a beautiful car,
it's
by
it's gorgeous. As far as I'm concerned, it's a gorgeous car. And then of course it's got the tunnel ram, the 2 4s, and 4-wheel disc brakes.
4-wheel disc brakes.
4-wheel disc brakes.
Okay, so all right, back when you put the rear end together on this thing, was that where'd you find disc brakes for that? For the rear?
Those disc brakes are Willwood disc brakes. Now the rear end is 31 inches wide.
Okay.
And so basically, it's the piece is actually the disc are actually mounted onto the rear end and everything like that. It's got coilover shocks. It's got a ladder bar suspension.
Gotcha. Okay.
And I made the ladder bar suspension. I made all the brackets that holds the coilover shocks on.
While you're mentioning all that, people, this guy was a fabricator out of the military. Is that correct?
Well, yeah. Well, not military, but I'm actually by trade a machinist.
Okay, gotcha.
And so
you used to run a big machine shop around here, didn't you?
Well, I didn't run it. No, I worked for Kraft Foods or Nabisco Foods.
Okay, all right.
And so I would do the actual machine work on the side.
Okay.
And things like that.
Uh-huh.
All of the sheet metal work on the front end of it I'd done. Mm-hmm. The gas tank, the batteries. The battery boxes and all of that stuff in the back of it.
You built that thing from scratch, didn't you?
Pretty much from scratch. And the car looks like it's got a lot of money in it, but it's got more time in it than it's got money.
Gotcha.
But it's been enjoyable. I've enjoyed it.
It's been put together a long time.
The car is about 20. I'd say somewhere in the neighborhood of 24 to 26 years old.
Wow.
From the time that I started it.
Gotcha.
Up until about where it's at right now.
Yeah.
So it's been
cool. You picked that color. That's kind of odd color there. What do you call that?
That is a 8990 Chrysler Dusty Rose.
Okay. Dusty Rose.
Yeah. The paint and everything came on it. And then the interior was done by a man named Don Cobb.
Okay.
He used to run what was called Tops and Trim.
Okay.
Up here on Bankhead Highway. And so we couldn't figure out what color or what kind of an interior to put in it. And so he came back. He went 2 or 3 different upholstery supply houses.
Yeah.
Came back with the material, and it's called eggplant.
That matches the paint really good.
That
It does.
That picked up the paint
Yeah.
excellently.
Sure did.
And so he wanted to put buttons in it.
Eggplant with buttons.
Eggplant with buttons. And so, I told him, I said, well,
All right.
I don't want it to look like the living room couch.
Yeah.
And he said, well, it's not going to look that way. He said, trust me.
Okay.
And so I stepped out there, and he done a door panel, and I didn't like it.
You didn't like it?
And so then he said, well, just hold on, just don't get excited.
Yeah.
He said, I'm gonna do one of the seats.
Okay.
So he done one of the seats, and by the time it was all over with, he was pulling his hair out.
Wow,
Because each
I
one of
bet.
the buttons line up through the whole car,
Oh,
and
wow.
even through the back of the trunk.
Right. There's more
And
to the eye than there's
Each
more.
button,
Yeah.
each button has been handled
Jeez,
each button has been handled over 5 times
That's crazy,
to
man.
put it in there, and that's what he said when it was over with.
The
But it came out real good.
Monte Carlo swivel bucket seats in there.
Monte Carlo
I
swivel
bet those are
bucket
a
seats.
booger to cover.
I couldn't get anybody to cover them
Yeah.
but him at the
Right.
time. Nobody would touch them.
I guess he did a good job because they stayed together pretty good all these years.
It's been that way all these years.
Well, all
And
right.
So,
Excellent, Cecil.
but other than that, that's
Well, you know what?
That's about
Every
it.
time I see it, I never get tired of looking at it, man. That's
Well,
that's a cool old car, dude.
it's an old car. It's
Yeah.
about time to redo it.
Yeah.
But I just ain't. I
Wow.
wouldn't change anything.
Yeah.
There's nothing that I would change,
Yeah.
but I just keep.
I hear
I
you.
don't have the heart to tear it apart
No.
again and go back to it.
Oh man, I hear you.
I'll just go build another one.
Yeah, just
So-
build you another one.
Yeah.
Well, all right,
Other
Cecil.
than that, that's about it.
I appreciate you showing it to us, man. Thanks for
Thank you
coming
for
out,
looking
buddy.
at it.